Welcome to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. In this special edition of Let's Get to the Points, we're diving into the beautiful country of Uganda and why it needs to be on top of your bucket list. I'll be sharing my personal journey when I visited the Kazinga Channel, Queen Elizabeth National Park, Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, Lake Bunyonyi, and Lake Mburo National Park, and a birthday party, but more on that later. I'll guide you through the must-do experiences, travel logistics, and accommodation options, including those you can book using travel points. A landlocked country in East Africa, Uganda is bordered by Kenya, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, and Tanzania. The country is home to an incredible array of wildlife. It offers one of the most sought-after wildlife experiences, gorilla trekking. Half of all mountain gorillas in the world live in Uganda. It's one of the few countries where you can encounter endangered mountain gorillas in their natural habitat. You can also find over 1,000 different bird species and, of course, the Big Five safari animals. The Big Five include the African elephant, the lion, the leopard, the African buffalo, and the rhino. I traveled to Uganda on a solo trip and spent a week driving around the country. I started in Entebbe and rented a small 4x4 and loved having the freedom to go wherever I wanted throughout the week. So how do you get to Uganda? Getting to Uganda is easier than you might think. Entebbe International Airport sits right outside Kampala, Uganda's capital. Entebbe International Airport is a primary entry point with several major airlines offering flights. Some of the most popular options to get there include Emirates and Qatar Airways. Emirates flies to Entebbe via Dubai, and while Emirates isn't a part of a major alliance, you could easily transfer credit card points to Emirates Skywards Rewards program from most major banks to book a flight with them using points and miles. You could also book Emirates flights through Air Canada's loyalty program, Aeroplan. One of my favorite airlines, Qatar Airways, flies to Entebbe via Doha, and that's how I got to Uganda for my trip. I redeemed 110,000 American airline miles to fly a round trip from Frankfurt to Entebbe via Doha in business class. I was able to use American airline miles because they're part of the One World Airline Alliance along with Qatar. This was my first award flight redemption, and Qatar Airways business class definitely set a standard for all my future flights with their award-winning Q suites. If you want to fly Qatar Airways using credit card points, American Airlines miles are a good option. The Barclays Aviator Red Card is one of my favorite ways to quickly earn American Airline miles. They offer anywhere from 50,000 up to 75,000 miles after making any purchase and paying its $99 annual fee. To get to Uganda in Qatar Airways, you would need 75,000 American Airline miles one way in business class or 40,000 miles in economy. Qatar Airlines can also be booked using British Airways points, and you can transfer points to British Airways from American Express, Chase, and Capital One. If you have Citi Thank You points or American Express points, you could transfer them to Qatar Airways directly and book through them. Now let's talk about where to stay. Accommodations in Uganda range from budget-friendly options to luxury safari lodges. There are not many options for international hotel chains using points. If you want to use hotel points, you will find that Marriott has 4 hotels in the capital city of Kampala and 1 airport hotel. There is 1 Hilton property in Kampala, but if you're a Hyatt fan, the closest Hyatt property is over 400 miles away in Kenya. But don't worry, because hotel rates are very affordable across the country, and if you book accommodations through your bank's travel portal, you can use points for those accommodations. Transportation, how to get around. As I mentioned earlier, I rented a car and drove myself around. Self-driving in Uganda is an adventure on its own. The roads can be challenging, and driving on the left side of the road takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's an incredible way to explore at your own pace. I rented a small 4x4 through Self-Drive Uganda for about $50 a day. If you're traveling with a group and need a larger vehicle, they rent out Land Cruisers starting at about $70 per day. They also have the option to hire a personal driver for about $35 per day if you don't feel comfortable driving on your own. Now, with the travel logistics out of the way, here's how my trip went. Hello.
You are welcome. Hello.
So I just got to my first location, this campsite by Queen Elizabeth National Park. It's a community owned and operated lodging. The room was very basic, but it had everything I needed: a bed, a mosquito net, and a bathroom. The staff did offer to heat up some water, but I told them I didn't mind cold water, and I showered with cold water. The staff from the Elephant Home prepared dinner, and I enjoyed a beer with it. They also arranged a tour guide for me for the next day. Good morning. It's about to be 6 o'clock in the morning. My guide's gonna pick me up at 6:30. I was kind of scared to get out of bed. I don't know what critters were gonna be around here last night. I saw, while here in the bathroom, there was like a grasshopper, maybe 4 or 5 inches long, like huge grasshopper. 3 lizards. There was a small spider here, earlier. There's all kinds of animal sounds outside. Let's see if you could hear some. All these like nature sounds, they're just right outside. It's pretty nice. So here's what I'm taking today. Day pack, a hammock, picnic blanket, wipes, toothbrush I got from the plane, first aid kit that my wife put together, ibuprofen, MRE, snacks, tuna, flashlight, power bank, camera, GoPro accessories, GoPro, mosquito repellent, hand sanitizer spray, water bottle with a filter, one water bottle, power adapter, poncho, mask. I think that's it. Oh, and then I got my Gerber multi-tool, like flashlight. The guide should be here in like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna head out and wait for him outside. The Elephant Home was a convenient place to stay because it was only about 15 minutes away from the main entrance to Queen Elizabeth National Park. I left with my tour guide and he began explaining everything about the park. Entrance to the park is $40 per day for adults and $20 per vehicle. They accept credit cards, but the terminals are incredibly slow, so I suggest taking cash, dollars or euros. After paying our entrance fee, we went on our first game drive where we saw warthogs, buffaloes, and antelope. After the game drive, we went back to the lodge. Just finished eating lunch here at the lodge. Had some chicken and potatoes. I'm gonna head out to the Kazinga channel, hopefully see some hippos. At night, I'm gonna go do another game drive and try to see some lions.
And I'm called Wambali, and the captain behind you is called Matovu. So the Kazinga channel, it's a natural one. Naturally connecting the two lakes. That's Lake George in the east over this side and Lake Edward in the west, this side.
I really enjoyed the Kazinga Channel boat tour because I got to see lots of hippos and even a few elephants.
You can see the other one, it has been sipping out water using the trunk and then pouring onto its body just to cool down. Yeah, true. Taking up the shower, cooling down its body temperatures within this hot sunny day.
I also learned that African fish eagles are monogamous and mate for life.
For the African fish eagle, they are monogamous, but being monogamous, that means they mate for life. It doesn't cheat, it doesn't replace. Even if the partner dies, it will never replace the what? The partner.
I did another game drive in the evening before heading back to the lodge and calling it a night. The next morning, I headed to a different sector of Queen Elizabeth National Park as I was trying to find the lions. But I got lucky and along the way I saw some baboons and 2 leopards. I just see the leopards. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. We've been driving for about an hour and a half looking for these lions, and there's no sign of them, no sightings. One of the guards said he heard them roaring this morning, so they're around, but yeah, I think we're gonna go try to drive around a little bit more and see if we can find them. If you want to see a lion, go to the zoo. If you want to see a lion in its natural habitat, you need to get a little bit lucky to see the lions out here. So let's hope we get lucky. So no luck finding the lions. It is what it is. Time to head out to Bwindi, Impenetrable Forest, and try to get a gorilla trekking permit for tomorrow. To make sure I was going the right way, I asked a couple people for directions. Bwindi?
Yeah.
Bwindi?
Yeah.
Over there?
Yes.
Bwindi?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hi. Bwindi. Bwindi?
Where?
Bwindi. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Street.
Straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
These are some of the worst roads I've driven on. After driving for a couple hours, I finally made it to Bwindi Impenetrable Forest. This was the main event of my trip. Gorilla permits are expensive and start at $700, still much better than the $1,500 charged for permits in neighboring Rwanda. Gorilla trekking permits are issued by the Uganda Wildlife Authority, a government organization. The permits might be easier to acquire through tour operators, however, you will pay substantially more because of the convenience. I got mine directly from the Uganda Wildlife Authority. These are very popular, so you should book in advance. This is a map of Uganda. This is where I landed in today. As soon as I landed, maybe within a couple hours, I drove a long way over here for Portado, and I stayed around here because I stayed there for 2 nights. And today I drove about here, and then drove right now down here. Then after this, I think I'm gonna go tomorrow this area, Lake Mburo, and then go on back to Entebbe, fly out. After getting my permit, I checked into the Bwindi Forest Lodge. Here's the room. The Bwindi Forest Lodge. Pretty small room. Just a bed and bathroom here. The toilet, sink, in the shower. Back to the birthday party. I was the only guest at the lodge and there was a private event, a birthday party. The people were so nice and they even invited me to the birthday party.
Rice? That is rice. Then
Chapati, fried Irish potatoes, fried cabbage.
Is that one for me?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I learned a bit about how people in Uganda celebrate birthdays. First of all, I was told that birthday parties are not common. Something they do is everybody introduces themselves and says a few words.
Hello, I'm called Hiba. I'm happy to be here, and I'm Angela's auntie Obasenga.
I too was asked to introduce myself.
We are on the introductory part, so
My turn?
yeah.
Hi, my name is Miguel. I just arrived here in Uganda 2 days ago on Friday. I'm just here to visit your country and get to know more about your culture and everything. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me as a guest, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Angela. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Angela. You look like an angel. Happy birthday, Angela.
The next morning, I started my day with coffee and a banana. Good morning from Bwindi, Impenetrable Forest. I'm here for the gorilla trekking brief. I was told to be here at 7:20. It's now 7:40, and I'm the only one here. So I hope some people start showing up. But if they don't, that's fine. I'll go out there by myself with the rangers. Since I'm just waiting here, I'm gonna have breakfast. For the third morning in a row, I'm having Rolex, which is pretty much like a burrito, like an egg burrito. It's just like I think the tortilla thing is called chapiti. Oh, that's come right now. And then it has pretty much just an omelet, and it's just rolled together. So rolled eggs Rolex. It's called a Rolex. It's pretty good. After receiving the safety brief, we headed out on the trek. The treks can last anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours depending on where the gorillas are. A few hours prior to the trek, trackers are sent out to look for the gorillas. The climb up the mountain could be a little difficult, but not impossible. You can tell I no longer am carrying my own pack. Richard's carrying my pack for me now because I was dying. I started to get a little nauseous. I don't know if it's the exercise or the altitude. It should be about 20 minutes from reaching the gorillas. I think we've only been up here for about an hour and a half, so it might take us a total of 2 hours to get there. Started at the front of the pack, and I'm in the little end here. Right before meeting the gorillas, we took a break and had lunch. I ate my MRE.
So we are going to prepare ourselves ready from here. From here, no more drinking, no more smoking, no more eating until for the period of 1 hour.
The gorilla trek is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I recommend this 100%. I remember trekking through the forest and encountering these incredible creatures. Gorilla trekking is a unique and captivating experience. Besides Uganda, there are a few other countries where you can embark on this incredible adventure. And while the permits are a little expensive, they use most of those funds for conservation efforts. The trek going back downhill is a little easier than going up. The rain got us. We gotta make it down the mountain. And it started raining, so I'm wearing my poncho. I got a rain jacket, but it's too hot. I've never been happier to be in the rain than today. This is beautiful. Look at this. All right, so I'm done with the gorilla trekking. I'm headed to Lake Bunyonyi. Google Maps says I'll be there in 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I literally just booked my lodging. So now I have a place where I can head to. It says 4 hours, 3 hours 44 minutes. I think I could do it in 3, maybe less. On my way to Lake Bunyonyi, I picked up someone who needed a ride. You're going to Lake Bunyonyi?
Yes.
Okay, you'll tell me where to go? I turn here? What's your name?
Sia. Sia?
Yosia?
Yes.
got to Lake Bunyonyi, it was as beautiful and serene as I'd imagined. Here, I stayed at Paradise Eco Lodge. So here's the restaurant at this lodge at Lake Bunyonyi. Nice open air restaurant with awesome views of the lake. So I went with a Spanish omelet for breakfast. Supposed to have cheese too, vegetables, toast, pancake, fruit, and coffee. The rooms here are actually huts and they don't have doors. But they do come with a couple chairs and a desk, and of course a bed with a mosquito net.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you guys. After having a relaxing day here, I headed out to my next destination. But not before making a few new friends. What is your name? Your name? Christian. And how old are you? 10. My name is Miguel.
Miguel.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Here you go. Go bye.
Thank you.
I think the battery's dead. Usually it's been loose. A couple times I come, like, make sure it's tight and it'll start, but this time it didn't start, so I guess I'm stranded for the moment. So I've been having problems with the battery. Either terminals are loose, the cable's loose, and it won't start. I gotta mess with it, or it completely dies and I need to jump, which is what just happened today. So I called the rental car company, and I'm supposed to meet at one of their mechanics here at this gas station. They're gonna bring me a new battery, so hopefully that works. So hopefully I don't have any more issues with the battery, but for now I've probably been waiting here for like at least 10 minutes at this gas station, waiting for somebody to come and meet me, bring me a new battery. So we'll see how long I gotta wait. Alright, so I had to wait like 40 minutes for them to bring me a new battery, but I'm back on the road now on my way to some other lodge closer to Lake Mburo National Park. So GPS says an hour and 40 minutes away. We'll see how it goes with the rank. It's kind of hard to see. Throughout the week, I must have driven by 15 to 20 checkpoints, but I was only pulled over once. It was a routine stop and they were just checking for insurance. Well, yesterday I was at Lake Bunyonyi.
Lake Bunyonyi.
Yeah. Is that okay?
License is good. Okay. But you can still proceed.
Okay.
You can go.
I can go now?
You can go.
Okay. Thank you. I have a decision to make. I could either head back to Entebbe, or I can go to another national park, try to do a safari, a horseback safari. I don't really care much for the city. I came out here for the wildlife, so I guess I'm going to the other park. Going to Lake Mburo National Park was a great choice because horseback safari was something on my bucket list I didn't have but should have. At Lake Mburo National Park, I stayed at the Arcadia Lodges. These lodges are actually located inside the national park. This was also where I'd have my best meal of the week, peppered steak and fries. Lake Mburo National Park is where you want to go if you want to see giraffes.
Yeah, otherwise, my name is Tom.
Tom? Oh, hi. Miguel, nice to meet you. Horseback safari is something you should also add to your bucket list. Being on a horse allows you to get so much closer to the animals than being in a car.
Funny thing is, that problem.
And just like that, my week in Uganda was coming to an end, and it was time to head back to the airport. I think I'm stuck in traffic. About a couple hours away from Entebbe, where the airport is. Great, now I have a flat. I'm taking a longer route because other roads seem to be closed. And now I have a flat, so I've got to figure this out now. Traveling to such remarkable places often seems unattainable, yet leveraging credit card points and miles has allowed me to mark off all these bucket list destinations and experiences. If you like this episode, remember to please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips. Feel free to leave us a comment and tell us what you thought of this very special episode of Let's Get to the Points. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Let's Get to the Points.
Let's get to the points.com.